last year, April 2019.
Okay.
Fashion show.
Yeah, a fashion show. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you all don't dress like that every week.
Well, for Sundays.
For Sunday. Sunday
I
best
just thought it was,
fashion.
yes. I just presumed
Yeah,
it was just
Sunday
another
for
Sunday.
Sundays.
That's beautiful though. I love the colors.
Thank you.
If you notice the bow tie that I'm wearing,
Mm-hmm.
that's actually a handcrafted bow tie that my dad had made.
Dad
Your
makes.
father?
Yes,
Yeah, he
my
makes
father
jewelry.
makes jewelry, and so in the middle is a picture of Martin Luther King Jr.
Yeah.
in the middle of it. Bow tie. And that one was made out of probably
Copper and pewter.
Yeah, copper and brass. It was like
Brad.
copper and pewter. Yeah, so he makes metal jewelry.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Isn't that nice?
In fact, Kevin, I think, had met him at one of the craft shows.
Custom made.
Yes, at the Larchmere Festival.
Yes.
Yeah, Larchmere. That was it. The Larchmere Festival. Yeah, he was there.
Yeah, he had some beautiful,
Oh my goodness.
beautiful stuff.
Yep.
Does he have a website?
Does he have a website?
Yeah.
You know, I don't.
See, I'm like, okay, how can I see his website?
I don't think he
You know
does.
how they are these days.
He has an email address and everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Isn't that nice? How unique.
He does an excellent job with that type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Nice. That's special just to, to be able to put, like a picture or something on, and it's jewelry. I mean, it dresses everything up. That's nice.
And the thing about it is that nobody else in the world would have one like it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's very unique.
Nice.
Yep.
Hello there, Mr. Foster.
Professor, how are you? So good to see you and
you too.
James and Bertina.
Good to see you as
Hey,
well.
how you doing, sir?
Doing great. I wouldn't miss this for nothing in the world. I said, well, football game will have to wait.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, to see this wonderful couple.
Yes.
You
Wait, but the Browns play tomorrow, so what are you so worried about?
Well, not the Browns, it's the other football games that's on as well. John, how are you, sir?
I'm well. How are you, Al? It's good to see you.
Great. And I want you to know, Donna, I did look at Mrs. Huffman's today, and because she is a neighbor, I surely know her, but not as well as so many others.
Mm-hmm.
But once she said where her sister lives, I said, I know her sister, Cecilia Huffman, in the Huff area when I ran for city council in 1975.
Oh, that is.
And also the old Stofers on 38th. I worked there in high school, and I loved it because they fed you free every day. And my job was to load the trucks. About 9 o'clock every night, I'd get in the truck in the back and get about an hour's nap. So
wow.
I know where the Stofers, and that, I don't know whether you might remember Donna Vernon Stouffer, who had Stofers on Shaker Square.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, absolutely.
Oh, I remember Vernon. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
We used to go to Vernon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Restaurant. I remember that.
And their restaurant was also in, oh goodness, the Renaissance. What's the name of the hotel downtown?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Wasn't
yeah.
that Stouffer's?
Yes.
Yeah, you're making me really think. Go back now. Yes, I have to think about that.
Listening to everything that Miss Huffman was said brought back a lot of good memories, even about here in Shaker and how the furthest I'd go is Mount Pleasant. As I say, my grandfather's house that took him 10 years to build, like I related when you gave your talk on school desegregation.
Yeah, I remember that.
Remember, I said it took them 10 years because they wouldn't lend blacks money. Huh?
Where was the house located?
Oh, the house is still there.
Okay.
When you're going down on the right side from 131st and Kinsman is a nice, well, it's not nice looking out, but it's a brick house. He was a
Okay.
masonry that helped build the terminal tower.
Oh, okay.
Oh my goodness. Oh boy. What a story.
Yes, yes, yes.
Where are
It
we?
was wonderful to hear Miss Huffman. And
Yeah.
that's why I said I've got to hear Bertina and James.
Al, I was thinking you were more interested. I was sitting here listening to you.
We're gonna get
Oh, no.
everybody in. Okay.
Yeah, I'm like,
It's-
whoa.
It just,
No, I
you
want
know,
to hear interesting.
we're gonna be
My
doing
life
this.
is so dull.
We're gonna get
Oh.
everybody in. I think we're about ready, John.
Oh, did Al call it?
What?
Did Al
Oh.
call it?
What, the time?
Yeah.
Oh, no,
Is
I
that-
looked at
is that what you were
I looked
waiting
at my
for?
phone.
I'm
Oh, I
gonna-
don't know. Maybe we're gonna wait. I don't know how many people are on. We can wait a couple of minutes.
I'd suggest waiting a couple more minutes if you have.
Yeah, we can wait a couple of minutes.
Oh, there appears to be 13.
13.
Well,
Yeah,
you
I'm
know,
looking.
I'm used to being in my class, and I tell my students, I was like, okay, well, it's 6 o'clock now. It's time to start. Anybody else who comes on is late. So we can wait. No, this is a different kind of a conversation, though. We can wait a couple of minutes.
Yeah,
It takes a few
we'll
minutes
be on.
to log on.
We'll be on CP time tonight.
Ah, Shelton Road time, huh? Shelton. Shelton.
No, you know what I'm talking. Donna, now you know what I'm talking
I
about.
don't have any idea what that means.
Oh,
No idea.
Well, I'll tell you a little bit about African history. We can talk about that a little bit later.
okay.
Monochronic, polychronic? You
Hey,
want to
we'll be right on time.
get into
We'll
that?
be on time. It could be
All right.
6:45 and we'll be right on time.
Yes.
Interesting. Well, I gotta hear about that. That's a good
That's
conversation.
true. So I've got accustomed to saying sometimes to people, I'll see you within the hour.
Oh,
Welcome, everyone. If you're on the phone, welcome. You can hit *6 to unmute once we get to the interview, the question and answer part of the interview. That will be the second half. We will keep most of you on mute, at least for the first half, so that we can make sure we get a nice, clear sound from Bertina and James and from Donna. So we will get started in just a couple minutes.
Yep.
it's a nice cover.
I didn't mean
So-
to stop the conversation. Yeah.
I was thinking of this, beautiful picture, and we have all these wonderful cover pictures of our guests.
That's what I
And
was.
so anybody, I can just give everybody, and anybody who's going to be guests on Witness to History, we make you rummage through your pictures.
Yes.
Okay.
What is this picture?
So,
Start reminiscing and bringing back memories. Oh, we reminisce?
yes, it's a time to reminisce.
Yeah.
So that's all part of it, is to be able to tell the story and make it visual as well. So that's a warning for anybody else who happens to be a guest in our upcoming Witness to Histories over the months. We're coming up to the end of the year. My goodness.
Yes. Yes. Going fast.
Mhm. I think we should get started.
All right.
You ready, John?
Go right ahead.
All righty. Okay. Hello, everybody. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Witness to History. This is Sunday, December 13th, 2020. Here we are. Here we are on Zoom again in our homes, which is, the best place that we'd like to be on a Sunday evening. And we have more wonderful stories of our neighbors here in the Moreland community. I'm Donna White, and I live on Shelton Road in Moreland. And here we are for our 6th Witness to History. I made the mistake last month and said it was the 6th. I don't know what that means in terms of me, saying that it was the 6th last month. But this is our 6th Witness to History. We started in July, and here we are again in December. And tonight, our guests are a wonderful couple who many of you know, of course, they're no strangers to Moreland, James and Bertina Walker. Hello to both of you this evening.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, everybody.
Before we start on our journey to witness your story, I'd like to have a few thank yous like I do every month. As we know, our Witness to History programs are recorded. So I think it's a good idea for anybody who may look at these in the future or anytime to get some perspective on, who we are and, where we are and what time of our history we're in. So I'd like to thank again Lee and Kevin K. And I would also like to thank Megan Hayes, who I saw come on with the library, who makes sure that our Witness to History is in the Shaker History Catalog for posterity. It'll be there forever, as well as Kamla Lewis, who reports the Witness to History programs in Moreland Rising each month. One of the other thank yous I want to make sure that I share, and I'm going to try to remember this every month, is I want to thank Moreland, the Moreland community, the Moreland Neighbor Network, all of you who are here from one month to the other for events that come up from time to time. It is important that I say thank you to all of you that really make Witness to History happen. So with that, I would also like to thank Colin Compton. He may not be here with us this evening, but he is really a friend to Moreland. And I just want to thank him for his commitment and his genuine friendship to the Moreland community. So, well, again, hello, James and Bertina Walker. How are you all doing tonight?
Fine. And let us say our thank yous as well to the Moreland community. And we just feel humbled and honored that you chose us to interview us.
Oh,
so much to Moreland and everybody out there.
Yes, yes, yes. So we're going to have a conversation tonight. And each time that I have an opportunity to have a conversation with our guests before we come on to Witness to History on our Sunday evening, second Sunday of each month, I have a conversation and I come up with a theme. And my theme this month is college sweethearts. College sweethearts. So I hope you like that theme.
Yes.
And so, but I want to start off and ask you, first of all, what made you decide to move to Shaker Heights and to Moreland specifically, and how long have you lived here?
Okay. Well, as far as what made us decide to move to Shaker Heights was, I guess, a community that as a child I had considered moving to as well. And that was a goal, and I eventually forgot about the goal. But as time went on, Bertina and I, we got married, and we were looking for, we had stayed in apartments for a while.
Yeah.
And we got tired of apartment life. And we said it's time to purchase a house. And so we were actually looking for houses probably in the Lee Harbor area. And
around there.
in the Warrensville area.
Maple
and that
Heights,
type of thing.
Warrensville.
Maple Heights. But there was this one house that was in the Homes magazine.
And by this time, we had looked at tons of homes. We were like, oh my goodness, did we ever find the right house? And our realtor was Vera.
Vera,
It was
yes.
Smythe Kramer Realty at the time. We went with that real estate company. We went with one before. They didn't do too well. Then we got with Vera. She was a warm, welcome woman and helped us, throughout our process for looking for a home. And got to Shaker.
Right. And so we looked in the Homes magazine, and there was this one house. It's just,
Yes.
I remember my wife has said, after we looked at about 20 of them,
Yes.
my wife has said, this is it.
This is the one.
And so we called our realtor, and we drove around Shaker trying to find Sudbury Road.
Where's Sudbury?
We could not find Sudbury Road. We did not have Google back then.
Yeah. No Google Maps or anything. Like,
No
where's
Google Maps.
Sudbury? Because Sudbury is tucked between two little other streets.
Yes.
Yes, yes. And so when we finally found Sudbury, we asked for directions. And we were around the corner. We were sheltered at the time.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And we were coming up, and we were pulling up to the house, and we said, boy, we really hope that is the house.
Yeah. Here's a little picture you can see.
No, that's more.
Is it?
Okay. Oh,
That's
nice.
how it looked when we first moved in here.
Yeah.
That's the first picture. Yeah, that's how it looked
Something.
right there. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So how long ago was that? How long have you lived on Sudbury?
27 years.
We have lived on Sudbury for 27 years now.
27 years.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
And
Nice.
also what attracted us to Shaker was the feel of the community and of course the schools.
Yes.
Our daughter was 9 months old at the time.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you know, she wasn't even ready to go to school, but we heard about Shaker, the
I
wonderful
understand.
school system, and the real feel of community that we felt in Shaker. So
Okay.
that's what attracted us to Shaker. And
Nice.
Moreland, yeah, Moreland has a wonderful history found out.
Yeah.
And since we've been in Moreland, it's been just so loving and welcoming and just such a feel. You know, you don't get that anymore, full of neighbors, you know.
Yes.
When a
Yes.
lot of neighbors don't know each other, we actually know each other.
Yes.
So that's a plus.
The community is made up of the people who live here.
Yes, yes.
Why we're all here. All right, so let's go to the whole theme of what I think the theme should be, college sweethearts.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
So you shared with me where you met.
Uh-huh.
Tell me a little bit about where you met and just about that experience. I'll just leave it at that. Tell me about your
Well,
college.
you know,
Yeah.
you can find that we may each have our own
We
version.
got our own different.
We each have our own different version of how we met.
Yeah, she
Oh,
has this
okay.
version.
Well,
We followed around, and I got this version. This guy, where's this guy? Who's this guy right here? We met in English class.
Mhm. At Cleveland State
Well,
University.
Cleveland State University. I think he was looking at my paper. Besides this guy, what's this guy doing looking at my? No.
But you know, and with Cleveland State at that time, Cleveland State was on quarters,
Yes.
and so it was the first quarter.
yes.
We were both fresh out of high school
Yes.
at the time,
Mhm.
and so you know, she saw me, and immediately she fell head over heels.
Okay.
My
So
version,
that's
I'm
is it
sticking
a
with it.
different story that you would tell Bertina.
Yes.
That's his version of the story.
Yes.
There's this guy on campus. They're like, "What this guy keep following me around?"
Oh, that's funny.
But you know, seriously though,
Oh
I
yeah.
had
We went to the basketball.
yes, I had always said that when I find the right one, I am going to treat her like a queen,
Mhm.
whoever
Oh,
that right one may be.
wow.
And so I do believe that the Lord showed me the right one.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. Oh,
So,
that's
you know,
beautiful.
and 32 years later.
Yeah, 22 years. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So
Oh
32
my
years later,
goodness.
so we-
Yeah.
And if she had not noticed you looking at her paper, then who knows what would have happened.
Yeah. See, no, I'll
Yeah,
tell
so
you.
I got
That's
more
a
than answers off the
wonderful
paper.
story. First quarter freshman year. My goodness.
Yes, first quarter freshman.
Unbelievable.
at
Clevelanders.
Cleveland State
You know,
University.
because you didn't know each other before that time. Tell me a little bit about, where you grew up in Cleveland.
Okay, you grew up in the.
You can start.
Oh yeah, I grew up in the 55th Street area around there in Woodland. Oh yeah, I went to East Tech, home of the Scarabs. Yeah, yes, a lot of famous people. Jesse Owens, a lot of people went to East Tech. Yeah, and what you're seeing now up on the screen, that's a funny looking picture. It's our East Tech yearbook. And
Mhm.
if you look in the corner, it says, we haven't had a yearbook in a while, but now it's back in style.
Mhm.
And that quote was because for many years, for some reason or another, it could have been the budget, that our school, high school, did not have a yearbook. So we all got together, some of the students were seniors at the time, and we say, we want something to look back on like we're doing now. And so we all got together, some of my classmates in there, the senior class, and we got the yearbook back together.
Isn't that something? That's quite a memory. That had to be quite an undertaking.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Yeah.
We learned a lot, working together, how to edit,
Yes.
how to work together as a team. And we gave something to the East Technical High School class of 1983 that they could all remember and look back on.
Okay. All right. That's wonderful. And see, if I thought really, really, really hard, I started working at Cleveland State in 1985. So if I think really hard, I can say to you, I probably remember seeing you on campus, but it's quite a while ago. Okay, so we won't go there. We won't go there. All right. But tell me a bit about your high school experience, James.
Well, I attended Benedictine High School. graduated in 1983. And actually, one of the people who's on with us, Marty Dutton, he and I, we were in the same class.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, there you go, Benedictine.
In fact, Marty
Yes,
Dutton and I,
Marty.
we go back many years to junior high school.
Oh, wonderful.
And I grew up in the Kinsman area, right around Wood Hill Park, 104th and Kinsman.
Yeah, back then it was Wood Hill, not Luke Easton.
Right.
Yes.
So yes, it was Wood Hill back then. And one of the things that we used to love to do as adventurous young men, because there's three of us as brothers. I'm the youngest of the three.
Oh, okay.
We used to like to go and explore the reservoir. Now,
Conversation about this.
yes. So the reservoir is no longer there, of course. I believe Aldi's is now located there,
Yeah.
Martin Luther King Drive, in Kinsman, and it used to be known as East Boulevard. And so we would always go and explore the reservoir. We used to go grocery shopping at A&P, which was right next to the reservoir. We go play basketball at Wood Hill Park and that type of thing, and football right across the street. In fact, we had it whereas when it was football season, we had football season as well. So we were always outside running, exercising, and that type of thing. When it was baseball season, we had baseball season playing in the park. Basketball, we played basketball, so we were constantly active.
Oh goodness.
Didn't Wood Hill, one point have like a skating rink or inside there?
Oh,
Wood Hill Park?
yeah.
Was there a skating rink here or something?
Yeah.
Yes, Wood Hill Park, they have a skating rink there, and you skated at your own risk. I think they had you to sign a form saying
waiver.
uh,
Oh goodness. Like when
we
you
say that because
for the Sky Zone, you have to sign a waiver. Oh goodness.
before they got the new Zelma George there, inside skating rink, it was an outside skating rink, and it had a lot of glass and broken glass in it. So if you fall, you kind of take your own chances.
Okay, I'm going to tell you a little bit of a secret though, because we used to go to Wood Hill Park when I was a child, but we would go ice skating.
I heard someone say
go ice skating.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you have a recollection of an ice skating rink there? Was there an ice skating rink when you were coming up?
As long as I remember roller skating.
Okay, yes, our family would go ice skating at Wood Hill. Yes, we sure did. So there we go. Yeah. Well, all right now. So you're married 32 years.
Yes.
32 years. Here we are. Beautiful couple. So tell us a bit about your family.
Wow, we have two daughters. One is alumni at Shaker Heights. Our oldest daughter, Victoria, she's a Shaker alum. She loves cooking and culinary, graduated with her culinary certificate, worked for a while at Cleveland Clinic doing culinary. And we have young Sarah, who is presently a student at Shaker Heights High School. She's a junior and she's loving it, we say. She's back here in the background making faces.
Oh.
In fact, that's her high school picture right there that you see. No, just kidding.
Okay. Well, that's beautiful.
So Sarah's on the right and Katura's on the left.
Yes, Katura's standing behind me. That's our oldest. Yeah, and Sarah is a junior at Shaker Heights High School.
Yes, and Sarah spent a lot of time when she was growing up. She spent a lot of time with the Singing Angels.
Oh, yeah.
Singing Angels.
Toured a lot. Yeah, she did New York.
She
did
Broadway.
Yeah, Broadway. Chris Kringle, the musical, that was in like 2007.
2017.
Excuse me, yeah.
Okay.
2017.
She said 2017, yeah.
Okay, she can poke her head in.
She told me, come on, poke your head in.
Yeah.
With the Singing Angels, and they did a New York tour. Chris Kringle, the musical. There's Sarah. Hi, Sarah. Wave, Sarah.
Here.
There's Katura.
Both of your daughters. Hello. It's a family here. Wonderful.
Don't believe the act.
Oh,
yes. So as you mentioned, James, you talked about all the sports that you did, because you live close to Wood Hill and you were always active. But you told me something else about your, sport that you're very
Okay.
involved in. So talk about
Yes.
that for me.
I was an avid bowler,
Mhm.
and actually bowling runs in the family.
Yes.
So bowling runs in the Walker family. My dad started us off bowling like at a really early age. My
Mm.
brother and my mom bowls as well, and so been bowling for many years,
Mm.
and as well as my dad and mom, they both for many
Mhm.
years
Mhm.
also. I did throw a 300 game.
Oh,
Now, but there's a caveat to it, and
okay.
the caveat is that I was the only one who witnessed it, but it did occur.
It happened.
It did happen. Yeah.
Okay, we know you're an
It
honest
happened.
man.
It happened. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. I remember some of our dates for bowling. I didn't bowl, but he introduced me to bowling, and I started bowling, get into the sport. Our daughters did it. She got a little trophy. Our oldest daughter, Katura.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah. So
So you
yeah,
said you didn't bowl? You said you didn't bowl, Bertina?
yeah. I didn't go before I met him.
Oh, before you met him.
Before I met James,
Okay.
and then a lot of our dates we went bowling. So
Oh, nice.
I learned to bowl, and we went on bowling tours. And tell you, they used to go
Right.
for the city, the state, and the nationals.
Oh.
Rochester, New York. It was the Lilac City, wasn't it?
Yes, lilac tournaments in
tournament.
Rochester, New York. We
Right.
used to go
Yes.
there.
So you said
Cincinnati.
you said you
Mansfield.
were an avid bowler. You make it sound like it's past tense. Is it just because of the pandemic? Or you still bowl? I mean, did you take off because of the pandemic?
Well, I would have to see after the pandemic is over.
Mhm.
My bowling balls are still in the basement there.
Still got 'em.
Still
Okay.
got 'em, so we just have to see.
Hopefully they're not collecting dust.
Yeah.
You don't dust them off and the pandemic will be over eventually. And we
Yeah.
want to hear more about your bowling.
Your bowling balls out.
Yes.
Well,
And one of the places we used to go is Kingsmill Lanes, which of
Right,
course used to be located in Shaker. Many may remember that, on the second floor, right
yeah.
across the driveway from Refco,
Mm-hmm.
and you would usually enter into the back.
Yes.
And that was our favorite place to
Mhm.
bowl. I remember as a child, the my neighborhood friends and we used to bowl in children's league,
Yeah.
children's leagues on Saturday morning at at Kinsman League.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And one time, we would catch the bus up there and back, and I remember one time we even had the crazy idea to walk home carrying bowling balls because the number 14 bus didn't come. And so, imagine that we walked from Kingsbury Lanes down to Wood Hill Park.
That's before the rolling time.
It would have helped to have the rolling kind of bowling bag at that time, but we had the carry bag.
That is a good story. That's a good story. Well, there's so much that you all have told me. Tell me a bit about your gardening. I understand that you all are gardeners and many people will be interested in that. So tell me about your gardening.
Yes, I learned gardening from my mom.
Yeah, she
She is an avid gardener, and I kind of wish I would have had a picture of her yard to show as well.
Yes.
And so everything that I learned in gardening, and I still ask her about techniques as well
Mhm.
with the gardening. So when we first moved here on Sudbury, we did not see anybody with flowers or anything.
Oh, interesting.
And so we said, well, why
Yeah.
not? Let's
Beautiful.
plant some flowers and everything.
Yeah.
So what you're looking at now is that's the backyard, of course, and that's the rose garden. I have called that the Tina Rose Garden
Oh, nice.
because I have dedicated that rose garden to her.
Okay.
And so how a lot of people, what husbands and young men would do is they would buy their special person roses. I say, why buy it? I can grow it, and that way, always have roses for her.
Yeah, he planted me a rose garden on my birthday.
Always have roses.
That was dedicated to her on her birthday. So that's the most recent garden.
Yes, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Yes. So, Bertina, what what do you do, to keep yourself busy? I understand we saw a picture of you and I wanted to bring that up, when we
Okay.
were seeing James Bowling. And I know that you're very involved in the Shaker community.
Yes, yeah, with the theater, of course, we did it. If you have, the excellent little plug, can't do it this year because of the pandemic, but doing Black History, we get with the Moreland players within the Moreland community, excellent neighborhood theater. Monica Boone is director over that, and we did quite a bit of plays and things based around themes for Black history. And also we've done a lot of plays, written plays in our church, so kind of like theater, into theater and things like that. And the picture that was up was Mercer. I worked for Shaker Heights City School District, and that was Mercer. My youngest daughter went to Mercer, and that's how I came to work at Mercer on the PTO and volunteering as a parent. And then I got involved and got hired and started working at Mercer Elementary School.
Oh, isn't that nice? You were there when your daughter was there?
Yes, I was. Yes.
Oh, okay. I bet she got a kick out of that.
Yes, she did. See her
Sometimes.
oh, Sarah, yeah. So yeah, PTO parent and volunteer parent, and then became part of the staff at Shaker Heights.
Okay, wonderful,
City
wonderful.
School District, Mercer Elementary.
Shaker knows when they have a gem, so they said, okay, let's hire her.
All right.
But you told me that you had worked. Did you tell me you had worked as a social worker?
Yeah, I did social services. Yes, before that, and I taught Head Start. Head Start, yeah, taught Head Start, yeah. Wonderful experience. That was associated with the Phyllis Wheatley Association.
Oh, nice.
But the actual name of the daycare was the Josephine Kohler Early Childhood Enrichment Center. Yeah, that was my years of teaching. Yeah, pre-K and some kindergarten before they went to kindergarten. I love working with children. Wonderful experience.
Yes, we can tell. We can tell. That's wonderful.
It's good when you can find something to do that you're passionate for. And I really love working with children in education.
That's absolutely wonderful. And I understand that the Walkers are also models.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us about your modeling.
Oh, yes. We have modeled for a couple of children's books.
Yeah.
Keith Holliday, who is the art teacher at Shaker Heights High, was an illustrator. Or illustrated a couple of books. And he had asked that we model in the books. And it was a very interesting experience where first we had to pose for the pictures.
Yes.
And then he would draw them. Now, this picture here, I'll just hold it up here and see if I can. I had to pose on the gentleman who sleep there in his African Tales.
Yeah, that's the name of the title.
And actually, that was the title of the book, Tales from Africa.
Tales from Africa.
And also,
and this was the kind of like a classroom tech book right there. And that's entitled Falcon's Nest. Yeah, I had to pose for that as well. Yeah, there's pictures of myself in there, and you can see, I don't know if you can see that.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the illustrator was again Keith Holliday. He did the illustrations for that. And what he would do was take a picture of us, and then he would transpose that picture, and he would turn that picture. For instance, this is the original picture that he took.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay.
And here's the picture that he put into the magazine.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I mean, to the children's book.
Yes.
So he transposed this from that, and he put it in there like that.
Oh, that's fascinating.
And here's one more picture. This is my wife in the African Tales book. Right here, in this one, she posed for 3 different pictures. It's the same. It's the same person.
Oh, I see. Oh my goodness. Wow. So how long ago was that?
92 he got it here, right? Because he said thanks. 92.
Yeah, 1992.
92, yeah.
Okay.
92. I believe we had to be teenagers around that time.
Yeah, we're teenagers.
Okay. Well, the books will be around forever. You know that. Isn't that it? That's wonderful. That is absolutely wonderful. So I had asked you the other day about whether you had experienced something, a person, or if you had been someplace that you wanted to share with everybody. And you all told me this wonderful story. I won't give it away. I'll ask you. Tell me what story you told me.
I'll let you start.
Oh, yeah, you can start off. Oh, yeah, we were saying that we had the privilege of meeting President Barack Obama on 3 or 4 occasions. Once when he came, well, the first time I think when he came to Shaker Heights, and we met him then. We had to, oh yeah, that's the letter. If you can see that, I wrote him a letter, and he wrote me back. I don't know if you can see what he's saying on his letter, but that's the letter that he wrote me from President Barack Obama. It has the White House at the top, if you can make it out. And there's Dear Bertina, and there's what he said in the body of the letter. There's his signature at the bottom.
Yes.
Yeah, so we met him on like 3 or 4 occasions when he came to Shaker Heights High School. You could tell he's one of the passes that we got.
Oh, wow, you still have the pass. Good for you.
She saves everything.
I think I threw mine away.
It was priceless, yeah. When he came here, and we took our doors when he came to CSU to see him. And James and I, when he came to Shaker Heights, there's a Shaker Heights article.
Yeah.
Obama came to Shaker by the Sun Times, put that one up.
Yes.
And saw him then, and we saw him 2 days before he was elected president down at the Mall C.
Okay.
And myself, my mother-in-law, and we got close enough, just Secret Service, look at your hand, enough to kind of like shake his hand very briefly. Down at the Mall C. And 2 days later, he was elected president of the United States. That was in 2000.
All right. That's because he came to Cleveland.
Yeah, he was in Cleveland. Yeah, it's because he came to Cleveland.
Exactly.
Just what he needed.
And when he came to Shaker Heights High School, this was in the wintertime. It was cold. It was dead winter. We were all bundled up and everything. We were waiting outside in line to get in to the school to see him. And so there was a Channel 3 reporter that was walking around trying to get interviews from people. And I did not want to be interviewed. So what I did was I had a scarf on. I put my scarf practically over my eyes so that I kind of turned my head and turned around the other way. And he walked right to me. He did not get the nonverbal clues. And so he started asking me questions and that type of thing. And I ended up on Channel 3 News. And the caveat is that I was very happy that when I took off of work, I did not lie and say that I was off sick because I ended up on the news. But I did tell them that, I was going to be off that day. So it worked out good.
It worked out. It worked
out. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we got close enough to him again in the Shaker Heights High School in the auditorium when he was leaving out. And I never forget, the Secret Service was trying to rush him out. Mr. President, you have to get back. And someone in the crowd was asking him a question, and they wanted to know something. And I never forget this. He stopped and said, wait, no. I'm here for the people. That's what I'm here to serve. That's who I'm here for. And he stopped right there, looked at me in the eye, and just took the time to have a conversation with that person.
Nice.
And it was such sincerity. It wasn't like I'm doing it for the cameras. And he said, no, I'm here to serve the people. And he just stopped and listened.
Well, I'm going to say a phrase that he's known for at this point. He says, that's what I do.
There you go.
Yes.
I did.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, he may be referring to something else, but that's, that's going to stay with us. That's what I do. So I'm going to ask you all are very involved in your church.
Yes.
So tell me about your, your church affiliation and the involvement that you are in your church.
Yes. We attend in a city Baptist church. It's located on East 55th and White. And I'm the senior associate minister there right now. And so yes, we're quite involved. We teach Sunday school. We run the education department and that type of thing. So it keeps us very busy.
Yes, very busy
with what we do.
I've been there when we were a Corinthian Missionary Baptist Church. I've been there since I was 7 years old.
Oh, nice.
Yes, I grew up there. My mom, my family, so it's family, a lot of family, and I was a little girl. So I've been there since.
Now, where's that located?
Sure, it's located on East 55th Street. Right off of
Woodland.
Right off of that area.
That
area where you grew up. Did you grow up close by?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
no,
okay.
but we weren't far from it. It was like maybe about a 7-minute drive.
Okay.
I didn't grow up in the area, but it wasn't far from, we didn't live far from the church,
Okay. And you told me the other day that you attend classes with Moody Bible.
Oh, yes, we do. Yeah.
Yes.
And those are out of Moody in Chicago. It's an extension program, very wonderful program. And you can do online or in person. We were doing in person over at Hope Alliance Bible Church. Dr. Ronald Morrison is the senior pastor there, excellent teacher. But now, because of course the pandemic, we're online now. Yeah, we've been there for quite some time.
Oh, nice.
And we have to keep our skills sharp.
Yes.
Because we teach.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Bible study.
Yes. So we've been so we've been taking classes there at a minimum of 10 years.
Yeah, a long time. Yeah, minimum. Yeah.
Nice that there are classes right here in the area.
Yes.
I mean, even once you stop having, the online requirement, then you'll be able to go right back to a location.
Exactly.
Oh, yes. Well, I want to open up this conversation now to our neighbors. I'm sure that they have questions as well. Do we have anything in the chat here? Or does anybody want to
I'm in the chat.
chime in?
I remember the ice. Oh, they remember the ice skating rink. Okay.
Yeah, somebody remembers the ice skating rink.
Yeah.
Yes. And Seal says that, she bowled with her parents many years. Wonderful. Wonderful. Now, when we were talking about Cleveland State, because I've been there for a long time, there were some memories that you brought up about some people who were there that I remember. What do you remember about some of the experiences that you had while you were there, students?
And the actual picture is Dr. McKinney.
Oh, okay. I was wondering who that was. Okay.
His back is turned, but that is Dr. McKinney.
Yeah.
One of my professors. That was at Cleveland State. Yeah.
Yes.
I know a con. And we talked about Maggie Jackson.
Yes, Dr.
Well, yeah.
Our birthdays are the same day.
Yeah, you told us that. Yeah. Curtis Wilson. I think they have a scholarship or something named after Curtis Wilson.
Yes, there is a Curtis Wilson scholarship. And so you received your degree in social work. How about you, James? What degree program were you in?
Well, I started out at Cleveland State in the business program, and then I started working, and I shifted over to Cuyahoga Community College. And so I got my associate's degree in business from Cuyahoga Community College. Meanwhile, while I was getting my associate's degree, I was working for what was then, and you may recall, Ameritrust Bank.
Yeah.
And that came after Cleveland Trust. And so I was working for Ameritrust Bank part-time. And so I would go to school in the morning, and then around 10 o'clock, I would go to the bank and work part-time, and then get out at 4. And then after that, I went to work at UPS.
Yeah.
And so I would work at UPS at 5:30 to about 9 o'clock. So it was a pretty full day. After Tri-C, I took classes at University of Phoenix, and I finished my bachelor's degree at University of Phoenix in business. And then several years later, a little time later, I was encouraged by my mentor to try out for my master's degree. And so I took classes online at Crown College and got my master's degree in Christian education.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And that was in 2015 when I completed my master's degree.
Okay. You have any further education aspirations or no? No, you're shaking your head. Okay.
I am degreed out.
Okay. I understand that.
I'm under the PhD. What's up?
Yes.
Why not?
I've been told that many times. PhD. And my response is I barely survived the master's.
Well, maybe it's your children's turn, but tell you.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
Did your daughter have her certificate in culinary arts?
Yes, she does. Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful. So where did she pursue?
She got that from the Ohio State University has an extension program that they offer right here in Cleveland.
Oh right.
Yeah, they are for culinary, yes.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, we'll pass the baton to them for the PhDs.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
So, you told me a little bit about some of your neighbors, some of your Sudbury neighbors.
mhm.
You said that, one in particular had some football.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Our next door neighbor,
Yes.
may know Nate Clements.
Nate Clemens,
Um,
yes.
You
Yeah.
know, he ended up in the NFL playing for the
Yes,
Buffalo Bills,
yes.
San Francisco 49ers,
Wow.
Cincinnati Bengals. But I taught him everything that he knew.
Yeah, he taught me.
I don't, he would not have made it
From all
that
that
far.
time, that was from all that time over there
Oh,
at
Nate,
Woodford
now
Park.
listen to that.
Right. If we would not have moved here next door to him, I don't think he would have been the success that he was.
Oh, because listen, it was an exciting time when he got drafted because we don't know he had the brother of Jermaine Clemens. Beautiful neighbors, the Clemens lived next door to us. They welcomed us. They were here when we moved on Sudbury.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they just welcomed us. We were like family, wonderful neighbors. And we were here when Nate Jr. got drafted into the NFL, second time in Sudbury. Yeah, and he just recently was inducted into the Shaker Heights Hall of what is it?
Oh, nice.
Hall
Yeah,
of
Hall of Fame.
Fame. Yeah,
Oh,
we were
very
there with
good.
him last year in
Good. Shaking
2019.
fast. Shaking
Yeah,
fast.
yeah.
Yes, and so yes, when he was drafted, it was a very exciting time around here because the TV cameras were here
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
everything, and so it's very
Yeah.
exciting. And so we've had the privilege to go to some of the Buffalo games
Mm,
when they were
Yeah,
being played in Buffalo.
sure did.
The
Okay.
family would invite us, and we would
Yes.
drive to Buffalo and
Mhm.
go to the football game and watch them play.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice.
The
That's so nice.
interesting thing
There-
about it too is that we had the opportunity to go through the entrance, same entrance as the football players.
Yeah.
Oh, how
And so-
special.
The fans were looking at our car, trying to see a football play, right?
Yeah.
They got me.
It was the coach.
I don't think they were disappointed when they saw me though.
You taught him everything he knew.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's
Special.
what I screamed out to the
They
fans.
might not have known that, but we know.
We know. We know who is behind the success.
Yes, yes, yes. Tell me a little bit more about Sudbury. Sudbury. I used to live on Sudbury. I don't know if I told you. Yeah, when I moved to Shaker Heights back in 1981, 82. We
Yeah.
lived,
Yeah.
children and I lived on Sudbury for a few years, and some things, have changed, or just, some recollections that you have just about Shaker.
Yes.
Because we talked a lot about different things that you can recall. You already talked about Kinsman Lanes and
Right.
a few other things. Let's kind of reminisce about what you recall.
While we are in the area of Kinsman Lanes, some of you may remember Amy Joy Donuts.
Oh,
And then of course Baskin Robbins was there right next
Shaker
door.
Town Center,
Right next door to
Yeah.
Amy Joy was Baskin Robbins.
Yeah.
And we used to go there quite a bit as well. One of the things I do remember, the car dealerships were there at the time. So Blanchfield Chevrolet was on Chagrin,
Mhm.
and the Oldsmobile Pontiac dealership was on Lee Road, where the dealership is now. D is
Yeah.
now. That used to be Oldsmobile Pontiac dealership. It's been a lot of changes.
A lot of change.
Mhm.
All for the better, though.
Okay.
And all for the better because we were saying there was Pick and Pay there. Now I think there's
There's
Walgreens.
Walgreens where Pick and Pay.
Yeah, there's Walgreens.
Oh, the movie theater was there.
Oh, and
too.
the movie theater, right, was there. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a lot of changes. And they put up Shelton Park. There were two homes there when we originally moved to Shaker. And they tore those down and they put up Shelton Park. And they've been doing a lot of additions to Shelton Park.
Now you remember the movie theater?
Yes.
Yeah, it was a Shaker movie
Yes.
theater there.
I remember the time we would go see the movie. We went to see a Richard Pryor movie.
Mhm.
And then in between the movie, they would play some Warner Brother cartoons. And
Yeah.
then it was the next movie.
Yeah, before we met.
Yes, that was before we met.
So I remember the movie theater, but I'm thinking you all are too young.
Yeah. We got y'all. We just
We were
Yeah.
told about the movie
We
theater.
were
That's what
told.
happened.
Okay, somebody told you about that. Maybe
Yeah.
that's
Somebody told us.
when we were talking. Okay, come on, you all remember the movie theater?
Yeah, there was a
But
movie
if you bowled at Kinsman Lanes when you were young, then I guess the movie theater was there.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
But we love Sudbury. Love Sudbury Road.
Yeah,
It's a
wonderful.
beautiful street to live on.
Yeah.
It's tucked in between Scottsdale and Nicholas.
Yes.
And so not that many people really know about the gym that's tucked in between Scottsdale and Nicholas.
Yeah.
It's in a very walkable neighborhood. That's what we
Yes.
like about Moreland.
Yeah.
I enjoy going for walks.
Mhm.
And just looking at the different houses and architecture and the different yards and how people fix up their yards and that type of thing, and getting ideas on what to do with my
Oh,
yard.
Yeah.
oh,
And I
absolutely.
walk by, especially as I walk by the house on Shelton with the new porch, I get ideas from that.
I wonder where that is. Kind of stands out because I haven't got my stuff painted.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank
That's
you.
crazy.
Well, once the weather breaks, then we'll all be walking around each other.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Hopefully we can get back out there.
you
Yeah,
said
it's not
something
great.
to me.
Been a warm and welcoming neighborhood with
Oh, yeah.
blessed to have some very wonderful neighbors. John Chappelle, one of them, real wonderful neighbor, and just some good neighbors on Subway.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
the Italian Moreland community, very,
Mhm.
very good.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you mentioned something. This was kind of funny. You said Carl's Nursery was behind you.
Oh yeah,
Correct. Yes. Carl's Nursery was behind us. If we ever needed anything, it was right there.
yeah,
Okay.
But we had some experiences with Carl's Nursery.
yeah.
Oh, okay. We didn't talk about this. What experiences did you have with Carl's Nursery?
With the Christmas tree.
Oh yes. One time, one thing is Carl's Nursery. I'm not going to get sued for this, am I? No,
I don't
but-
think so.
Okay, but anyway, with Carl's Nursery, their fence wasn't the strongest fence between their property and my property. Their
Okay.
property led directly into my backyard.
Mhm.
And so there was one time they had large bales of hay that fell through the fence into my yard.
What are you going with this?
Yes, and then some of the Christmas trees would come fall into my yard as well.
Yeah, Christmas
And,
trees
and
back there.
so there came a time when I had said, okay, now, Mr. Carl, you really have to keep your things on your side of the fence because my children like to play in the backyard. And so he suggested that, well, maybe don't have them play back there.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
What a solution. Your backyard.
Right, exactly. So yeah, so
That is
we had some fun times.
that is fun.
Yes, we had some fun times, and we had told them too about his Christmas trees. Like, okay, we like Christmas trees, but you got to keep them over there.
Right.
You have to keep them over there.
We gonna say
The fences are supposed to be for. They have to be stronger fences. So what's behind you now?
what is that dog?
So right now it is the
Doggy daycare or something?
yes, the doggy daycare.
Dogs, the canine dogs are back there now.
Yes.
Do you see Marty's note? He said, Marty
Yeah, see,
has a deposition.
he might got his girlfriend. You know?
That is hilarious.
Yeah, the dogs. The little
So
doggies.
we get to hear the dogs early in the morning and everything, and
Well,
we
maybe
get welcome.
that's why, sometimes we hear dogs barking. Maybe they're coming from there, but you get it first.
Yeah, you
Yes,
get the dog.
we get
Yes, that's really something. Does anybody have any questions? Anybody have any questions or want to make any comments?
And if you're on the phone, remember you can hit *6 to unmute.
Yes.
Yeah.
When we were in our performance last year, Bertina, the here and now that Monica pulled together, and your performance was just outstanding.
Well, thank you.
I thought you did theater. You said that you do theater in your church.
Yes.
Yes, tell us a little bit about that. I really did. You were just unbelievable. Tell us what it was that you performed in Here and Now if people weren't able to come to that performance last year.
Oh, okay. Now that was based upon, I believe Here and Now, based on an article that one of the Shaker Heights students had submitted. It could have been in Newsweek, I'm not sure, but we did it around that Here and Now.
New York Times article.
Oh, my daughter says New York Times. Thank you, daughter. Yes, and so we did it around that theme and performed a poetic piece. I think it was Langston Hughes
Yeah.
called America. Let America be America again by Langston Hughes. Yeah, no, and you were on that as well. You
Yeah.
talked about your experience in living in Shaker,
But
and I
didn't
think
see
Leon Beer
questions.
was with us as well. I think was that the year he was with us?
Yes.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, I think he was with us that year as well. So he was here and now. What happened here and now in Shaker, and we basically focused on Shaker, and we had to really applaud Shaker for having the courage to address the issue of systematic racism
Yeah.
and dealing with it, and it was just a good experience and a good again, Shaker being a community that we know be brave enough to have the conversation.
Yeah.
And afterwards we performed, then we had the conversation, and it was very good. It brought out a lot in the Shaker community as a whole, the Moreland community, but other communities in Shaker.
I see
And
we do
also
have a couple
too,
of questions. Kevin has a question.
Yeah.
I was just going to ask how far back you and Marty Dunn go.
oh yes,
Wow.
we go back to 7th grade. Yes.
Yeah.
So we go way back to 7th grade. So, you can do the math. I can start off about 15, 20 years ago, by my estimate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think he told me, look at Marty. I think he told me, Marty, I think he said he was in the 7th grade and you were in the 10th grade.
Yeah. Okay. He was at Mount Pleasant Catholic when I was at Benedictine. No.
Exactly.
We were in sociology class together. We took class together at CSU.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we were so
okay,
close.
Marty. All
Yep.
right. See you,
Yeah.
folks. All right. Bring it all home here.
I've known James. Like I say, we met. I'll be honest with you. Like, I want to say, what, 79?
Probably 78, 79.
9. Yeah, that time frame.
Yeah.
And he has been one of those guys that you kind of just look up to and admire. That's why I think that's what attracted me to him. That he was always the good guy, because there was some bad boys that hung around us, but he was like one of the good guys,
All right.
Oh,
That's
thank you.
wonderful. That's
Thank you.
wonderful. What a nice compliment. Now,
Yeah, I appreciate that.
do you have a question, Al?
Well, I have a comment, and I'm really appreciative that Kevin, as well as Marty, let me know that James and Bertina would be on. And as I said earlier, I guess the football game is second to you all today. But my first remembrance of James and Bertina is when I got a call as the councilman about Carl's Nursery. And that's why when James brought up Carl's Nursery, I could surely shake my head and relate to some of the history and exciting adventures that James and Bertina had with the nursery. And I'll let it go at that.
There you go.
But when James was saying about the Kinsman Bowling Alley, James, I think now I know who to sue for hitting me with all those bowling balls. You remember that was the time when, I was the automatic pin sitter that was back there sitting on. Yes, that was me.
Wow.
Yes, that was before the automatic pin setters.
Yeah.
Yes.
You would get a strike.
But yes, I remember those good days. And as I say, you all have been a wonderful asset to the Shaker community and especially the Moreland community. I'm
Thank you.
so happy to hear your story about where you all came from to where you all are now, and wonderful children. And Nate was on the championship Shaker football team with my son. And the one good thing about Nate, he never forgot where he came from. I'm happy to hear that he took you all, the neighbors up there, but twice he took the whole Shaker football team, coaches and all, up to Buffalo.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes,
That's beautiful.
Yeah, so good to hear your stories.
Yes, thank you.
Something also as well, I forgot to mention, while my wife was doing the poetry and that type of thing, and
Okay.
what was it? Which one was that again?
Here and now?
Yes, Here and Now, that I was actually the understudy to the understudy to the understudy.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yes, I was the backup to the
Yeah,
backup
yeah,
to the backup.
Hey,
So,
we'll have to make sure we do it again, and the main performer can't make it, and neither can the next one. So we'll finally have to hear you after.
Yeah.
make it a chance
You
to
make it, yeah.
make it a chance to hear me.
Special event.
We also got a chance to do it at the Shaker Heights in January, the Dr. King celebration they do of
Okay.
service. We also got to perform there as well. They have different, people from around Shaker, and we also performed there last year.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah.
So does Pam have a question?
I was just going to say that our kids have known, hi, James and Bertina. Our kids, Sarah and Shayla, my daughter Shayla, have been friends since they were maybe 4 years old, I think. And we first met at Amy Joy's donut shop years ago. And we were working on a project
Yes.
before
Oh,
they entered kindergarten.
right. That's right.
So
Right.
we
Yeah.
have been a part of the community together for years. So I'm really enjoying just hearing the backstory, things that I did not know before. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you
Yeah,
as
I'm
well.
glad you brought that up. We had forgotten about that. Yeah, Pamela Fletcher, wonderful neighbor. Her daughter Shayla and our daughter Sarah are very good friends. We're a part of the Shaker. They had established. And it was the sergeants, Averill Sergeant and her husband, James
Right.
and Pam Fletcher were some parents. That it was like a sort of a disconnect between the Moreland community because our children are kind of bussed up to Mercer and the Mercer community. And what we did was, as the parents, we got together and we kind of bridged that gap. They would have different activities, and we felt the kids kind of left out here in Moreland because
Right.
they're not in their neighborhood school. So Pam was very active in that as well. And we talked to the principal, and and right now to this day, our children have long been out of Mercer. And right now to this day, they have the Sheldon picnic, and they try to connect more with the Moreland community and bring the children from Moreland, connect them with the Mercer community. And I
It's,
remember, yes.
That's an ongoing effort.
it definitely is.
Yeah, I remember that. I'm glad you brought that up.
Our girls were in Singing Angels together
Yes,
as well.
yes, they're singing angels together.
Yes, and
Community.
that was
Yes.
quite a responsibility.
Yes.
Getting,
Yes.
getting them there and
Yeah.
getting them different places and that type of
Oh,
thing.
boy.
Yes. And I'm still trying to convince my daughter that it was more work for us than
Yeah,
for her.
All she had to do was go and sing, just stand up and sing.
You just gotta sing.
Yeah.
Okay?
I couldn't do it, Sam.
Mhm. Thank you so much for that, Pam.
Thank you so much.
Oh,
Oh,
thank you for
Sarah,
sharing
we
your
said
story.
hi. Sarah said hi.
Shall do.
Yeah, say hi.
Sarah,
Yeah, we're gonna have
wave.
Sarah give a shout out. Sarah, say hi, Sarah. Yes, Sarah.
Hi, beautiful.
She doing well. She's at the School of Arts, right?
She is.
Yeah,
She
great,
is still
great.
singing, just in a different location.
Right. Okay. Real good. Very good. Great. Yeah.
That's about it. Did we lose?
Nope.
Right now?
Yeah.
She's still there. Okay.
I think we may have lost that.
Okay, sorry.
Oh,
That
wait.
happens. That happens to me every once in a while. Am I here?
Yes.
You're there.
Okay. Maybe you all couldn't tell, but I know I disappeared there for a second because my
Okay.
computer does that once in a while. But everybody, here we are. What
Yeah.
a wonderful conversation.
Yes.
And learning so much about this wonderful couple, Bertina and James Walker, over on Sudbury Road. Thank you all for being our guests this evening on Witness to History. Just a wonderful, you all are fun.
Oh, thank you.
We had a
Yes.
good time. We had a really good time.
All right.
It
Thank
really has been a privilege. And
Yeah.
so I just wanted to say thank you so much.
Yeah.
We're so honored.
Yeah.
And-
Thank
and,
you,
before-
Donna.
Yes, well, as we started this
Kelvin
evening,
K.
yes, everybody, we were talking about
Don. Everybody.
once the weather breaks, maybe we can do some things. And John had said maybe out in my garden. I said, I don't have a garden. I'm going to have to come over to Walker's house. History over their garden. I don't have a garden.
Yes, you're definitely welcome.
Yes.
The corner, right around the corner. Well,
may I say one thing?
Absolutely.
And for families, what my family did, meaning my daughter, for Thanksgiving, we had a Zoom family affair.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
you all think about that. That was so wonderful for our family, relatives from California and from Vegas and from Georgia and Columbus and so many other places. And that was the hit of our family get together for Thanksgiving. And we're gonna do it again Christmas. So you all that can, think about doing that with your families. And more love to all of you, the Moreland residents, period. And you all were wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
All of you.
Absolutely. Well, I want to invite any and everybody who would like to be a guest on Witness to History to just, call me or send me an email. You can text me. That's my number, 216-509-4018, and my email address. So I say this every month, and I think everybody in Moreland is just shy. We're always looking for guests. Of course, we're going to do this every month. So obviously, we have guests every month, and maybe people feel like, well, I don't necessarily want to step up, but you can. So, I'm committed to doing this for the long haul, as long as it is that, we're doing Witness to History.
You're doing a wonderful job.
Yes, you are.
Thank you.
Donna,
Yes.
this is Earlene.
Volunteering. Oh, Ms. Hooper. Yes.
Okay. I just don't want this evening to end without congratulating this beautiful couple.
Yes.
And all the wonderful things that you've done for Shaker. Such an asset with your family and your children and everything you as a couple have done. We're just proud of you and we thank you. I haven't crossed your path, but my son has.
Yes.
With the work that Monica has done.
Yes, yes.
And I worked at Mercer with the Ohio Reads program, but that was before you came.
Okay.
I'm a little older. I'm like 91 years old. So that was before. But also your neighbors of my dear beautician.
Froze again.
Wow.
Barbara Lett. Barbara Lett.
Oh yeah, yes. Barbara on the beauty salon.
Yes.
Yeah, Barbara. Yes. Yeah, Miss Barbara. Yes.
Yes. And I can't wait to tell her about having met her wonderful neighbors. Thank you so much.
Hi, Sam.
Hey, Bertina. You guys are great. Really enjoyed it. Really enjoy hearing your story.
Yeah, I had the pleasure to work with Sam a lot. Wonderful song. I love this song.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much.
And it seems that Donna froze again, but yes, this is wonderful. This is a great conversation. And please make sure that you reach out. I know people, like Donna was saying, people are super shy and don't think they have a story to tell. But as we saw tonight, so many wonderful stories and also just, connections and, community. So it was wonderful to hear.
Back. I just disappear and come back. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful holiday, everyone.
Yes. Same to everybody as well.
Thank you, John.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Take care, family.
Good job, Bertina.